right, so welcome to another day. Welcome to Saturday. It's been a busy, beautiful day. So, hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. We're going to continue today reading a little bit more from Thinking into Results. Today, we're going to be on chapter 4. And chapter 4 is interesting because that's when we start talking about the higher side. We start talking about the intellectual faculties that you have and what I call the higher level, the higher intuition. We all have it, but not too many of us use it as much as we can, as we should. So it's a very interesting topic, very, very interesting. I want you to get a piece of paper, get a pen, get your favorite highlighter, and we're going to be talking about lesson 4. So if you've got the book, if you've been following me and you've seen it, grab the book. We're going to be on page 53, and we're just going to read a few pages. And as usual, I will explain as we go along. So let's see what's going on here. Hold on. Yes, one moment. Here, and pretty cool. Sorry about that. I just got a phone call that I had to deal with. And so, yeah, if you've got the book, that's good. Bring up the book to page 53. We are going to be going through a few pages and talking about what's in there. It's an interesting book. If we have never met, my name is Kamal. I'm an author and speaker, a business and leadership coach, 25 years, and got several degrees in engineering. And this is what I learned from studying with Bob Proctor, some of the best material in the world. So I studied that for a few years. Now Bob's gone and taking me places. This book's been on the market now for a while. Amazon, dating platforms that you can grab. So if you haven't gotten it, get it. It's gonna help you really make the day-to-day stuff easier. It's an easy way to read, easy thing to do. So grab the book and go ahead. Right, I'm gonna explain it. So these recordings are available for many tasks only. So we're lesson 4. So over the next 6 more days, there's 10 chapters in here. We'll be going through them. So if you missed the previous session, reach out and we'll figure out a way to get you the access. There's going to be a portal of sort where everybody will have access for 6 days or so, like a 30-day training. So you're welcome. So with that, I'm gonna just get busy talking about lesson 4. And like I said, it is about universal intelligence. It's about like guidance. It's about where does this information come from? How do we get higher side? How do we get bigger thinking happening? All right. So here I am. It's always here. And again, these are just my personal subject. So here we go. What is infinite intelligence? All right. So I'm putting my glasses because it makes it easier. When it comes to infinite intelligence, what does that mean exactly? As a Think and Grow Rich expert, it's written in the chapter on the power of the mastermind that there are 3 sources of knowledge: infinite intelligence, experiment and research, and accumulated experience. Infinite intelligence is the source of knowledge that may be contacted through the procedure described with the power of the imagination, specifically with the age of creative imagination. So right away, right on the first page here, page 55, infinite intelligence, you can connect to it with your memory, with your mind, right? So when your imagination connects with that higher side, you'll actually be able to talk to the infinite intelligence. You can actually get information, you can give information. Information is always moving, thoughts is always moving. And that's what it's saying. Infinite intelligence is the source of knowledge that may be contacted through the procedure described with the power of the imagination, specifically with the age of creative imagination, where you're actually creating stuff. So if this is the first time you're listening to this, it's all cool. Don't get scared. It's fun. And it's just one of the chapters out of the 10 in this book. It's really incredible. It's what I learned from the one and only Bob Proctor, as you see in the picture there in the back. So the idea is to help you connect so you can get these ideas. How do people get things done? How do people solve big problems? The bigger the problem you solve, the more income you're going to get, the more wealth. So, but you need this imagination to work. Van Gogh was asked, how do you draw such a beautiful picture? And he said, I dream my pictures and I paint my dreams. So with the imagination, you can connect to this source. I know I can do that right now, but do you do it intentionally? I know we all dream, right? So Tiger's asking, this is the title. Take a snippet of it. It's available in many places, available on my website. This is the title, and it's a very easy read, maybe 3-4 hours to go through it. But I want you to go through it slow. And if you do get it, please do. Just send me a copy, send me a note or so. Say, hey, this is what I like. What do you mean here? What do you mean there? Or come back here and ask a question or two, because that's what's going to happen. Basically, these videos, as I explain them, they're going to be on the site, and everybody will be able to get a chance to study them, will be able to get a chance to go through it with the author. Like, it doesn't really happen often, but the tools that we have now allow us to do this. So what is this imagination about? How can you close your eyes and imagine something bigger? If you have a problem, right, can you imagine the solution to it? Or can you imagine the trouble, right? So the imagination can do a lot of stuff. And I just said something about creative imagination, right? Because there's synthetic and there's creative. Now, all of you have imagination. All of you do that. You did that when you were a kid. But a lot of people nowadays, they say, I'm not creative. Well, you are creative. You're just not used to using it, right? You're used to using it. So yeah, that's right. Well, it's in reverse because it's like the way the camera works, but it is thinking into results. That is correct. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, by the way. That's pretty awesome. So, so we are an extension of spirit, meaning that we are spirits having human experience. And there's power flowing to and through us from infinite intelligence. This infinite intelligence, spirit, or God, whatever you want to call it, is just that. It just is. And we make it what it is. So there's this power that's flowing to you. That's what we call life. There's this guidance, there's this spirit, there's power, there's God, but you can call it anything you want, right? Anything you want, you can call it. Yeah, it is exactly. I just studied some of his work from Wayne Dwyer. So this power is coming to you, but you decide what to do with it. You decide how powerful you want to be. You decide how awesome you're going to be, or you can decide how miserable you're going to be or how unhappy. So we make this power. It's like it's up to us with this choice. Now, descendants from this energy or this infinite knowledge comes to us to aid us. And it's up to us to make the best of it. So we are going to get ideas. Like if you just close your mind and try not to think of anything, you almost cannot do that, right? Thank you for that. Yeah. So you almost cannot not think of anything. There's thoughts always flowing. Thanks for that, Coco Puffin. That's awesome. Thank you. I need that feedback. That's pretty cool. So the thoughts are always coming, and that's what's coming to this imagination. But is it your thoughts or somebody else's thoughts? It's always coming. Now, I just want good thoughts. I don't want bad thoughts. But how do we control these thoughts? How do we how do we control the thoughts that we want? So I want to share with you this little piece. This is what I call. We're gonna explain this in a minute here. We call this the stickman figure, right? So let's say this is your mind. The thoughts are coming. The thoughts are just flowing to you. So we got the senses, the seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, right? This is what feeds your mind, feeds your, your thinking power. But then there's these thoughts from infinite intelligence coming to you, right? There's this collective thinking, yeah, that's coming. But what if it's bad thinking? What if it's somebody else's ideas? Like, can I send you my ideas? Can you send me your ideas? I mean, you can communicate and type, and then I can get you. But how can we send this thought? And how can I catch it, right? How can you close your eyes and get a good thought to solve a problem? How do you focus on a problem and come up with a creative solution? So there's these thoughts flowing everywhere. Thoughts become things. And that's what Van Gogh said, like, how do you draw good pictures? And he said, I dream my pictures, then I paint my dreams. So he gets ideas, but then he gets them. But where does he get these ideas? Where's the origin of thought? Where's the origin of this vibration? Nobody knows. Where's what we call spirit, God, energy flowing to and through you? Now it's flowing to and through you and going through your body where you take action and you get results. Thoughts, feelings, actions through your body. All right. So that's just the beginning of the idea. Now, do you believe in this? Like, you didn't have to change a lot, but do you believe in this idea? Well, I kind of do. I do. Now, you might not believe in this power, but let us think about it for a minute. That's what I say here on page 56. So let's think about this power. So you might not think about it or believe in infinite intelligence. However, let's think about it for a minute. Look at the abundance in this world. Look at the trees. Look at the leaves. Look at the animals that are out there. Look at all the beautiful flowers, mountains, and gardens. Look at the spectacular views of the sky, the way the planets move around, the earth, and all that inheritance of the world and the sea. How did all this come together? Now, I'm not going to turn this book into a religious book. However, for a millisecond, you have to borrow my belief that there is an infinite power available to everyone, and that power comes to and through you. Like something made all this happen, right? It doesn't matter what your religion is. Everything is just, yeah, look at the organization. Everything is so organized. Everything is so there. There's so many trees, so many leaves, so many birds, so many planets. Sun goes up, sun goes down. Like the world is running somehow. There is control. There is some infinite wisdom, infinite power. How can we get it to help us? Like, does it want us to grow or does it want us to stay small? It's really up to us, right? So that's the power of studying the mind. That's a part of how we study this mind material, right? So it's pretty cool subject. This power is just is. So just like there's power doing things out there, this power is coming to you. Now, what do you do with this power? This power is just is, and we make it negative or positive. So when things are coming to you, when there's this life, this power that's coming to you into your mind, we decide and we make it negative or positive. It's really up to us. You make that decision based on your perception, based on your values, based on your intelligence, based on what you think you know. Based on what I think, I'll decide if it's good or bad. Some things could be good for me, could be bad for you, good for me. It depends. We make it what it is. This is what I'm saying. The power is just is, and we make it negative or positive. Hence the reason that you perhaps would not run out of energy, but come to have infinite potential within you waiting to come out. So you often hear that. This is an interesting line. People are, oh, I'm tired. Well, how could you be tired? When there's infinite energy coming, how could you be tired? Now, yeah, your body physically can get tired, but if you just woke up in the morning, you hear people saying, I'm tired. I mean, you just woke up. You just slept 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. How could you be tired, right? So you're tired if you're not excited. You're tired if you don't have something inspiring to you. Because this energy that's coming to you, your job is to magnify it. Yeah, that they could have sleep apnea as well, but that could be fixable. So this energy that's coming to you only gets magnified because your spirit is always wanting to grow through your assets. So there's this energy that's coming to you, and it's on your job is to make it grow. Your job is to create few things. Your job is to create more, wanting more, having more, doing more, becoming more. Our job is to expand from where we are. And it's a pretty cool thing when you start learning to expand. You ever notice when you're creative, you're so excited when you build something. You're so creative when you cook something. You're so creative when you clean your house. You're so creative when you accomplish something big at work. It's like, wow, I've created this. I built this building. I built this machine, whatever. You feel good about it because we are meant to create. We're an extension of this creation. So many scientists and researchers were asked how these ideas were gotten, how they figured things out, and how they came across putting this together to come up with a design and a shape to make a magnificent machine. And their answer often was that they had stumbled upon it. They had found it. And if they had not, somebody else would have. So again, we're talking about these ideas coming and flowing through. If Einstein didn't get these ideas, somebody else would have gotten them. As a matter of fact, sometimes same scientists got the same idea at the same time. Of course, because these ideas are already here. The creation is already done. The world is already created. And everything is already here. We just a matter of we're stumbling on it. We're seeing it. We're becoming more aware. So you see, science and religion both agree that creation is already done. Everything is already here. Hence, we speak of abundance. Abundance is our birthright, and all we have to do is just change how we think. First, we must change our feelings to change our actions. Life is happening for us the moment we click into that idea and understand that the situation that we are put in is meant for us to grow. And if we see every opportunity as a growth opportunity and every day as a bonus and a gift for us to show the world, we will get to magnify this power. There's a saying from Steve Bow that goes like this: God's gift to us is our talent, and our gift back to God is what we do with this. I'm going to read this quote again. God's gift to us is our talent, and our gift back to God is what we do with this. I will use it to magnify the world and who we become. Now, are you going to reconsider the significant power that's available to you through infinite intelligence, through the power of masterminding, through the efforts of combined intelligence, through the combined teamwork? See, all the greats that have documented the results were a combined infinite intelligence and team masterminding, and their creativity and research resulted in magnificent milestones in advancing human technologies. So when you mastermind, right, when people mastermind, you're putting more than one mind together. So if this is your mind, and then we have another mind, right? We're putting the minds together. The more minds is like the more batteries. Like when you have two batteries, it's more powerful than one battery. So this battery is pretty cool. Now, when you mastermind as a team, when you start thinking of ideas and work together to solve a problem, you can get better ideas. That's why teamwork is important. That's why people work in teams. That's why, when you create a company, you shouldn't do it on your own. You should find somebody that's going to partner with you. You should find somebody that can help you think. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to take half the company. They can take a portion of it, or you can just pay them, but you mastermind. I learned masterminding from Think and Grow Rich. Oh, we just talked about that. So, Andrew Carnegie in this book talks about masterminding. Masterminding is the way to do it, right? Masterminding is the way to go, right? Because it's like connecting the dot. You'll bounce ideas. Of course, it's not just a social get together. It's not just a coffee break. It's more of problem solving, creative. It's just like having two batteries together. 3 batteries better. Now up to 8 is plenty. Anything more than that becomes too many. Gets too much. Now, it's very rare to have. Yeah, I wrote this book. That's right. So I learned it from Bob. Bob taught me this material, and then I wrote my version of what this material is and what I learned from him. Now, thank you for that question, by the way. Yeah, we are trained to be lone wolves in the US. That is correct. And we don't need to be lone wolves. That's the school system. The system is not broken. It's built this way. We are, it's just terrible. So it's very rare where you get science and religion both agree. So, but science and religion are in agreement in this case that everything's already created. Everything's already here. Thoughts become things. Like everything is energy. Everything is vibration. At first sight, the stick person is a very powerful, simple graphic of the mind, and it almost seems not right to share it with anyone else. The stick person image splits the person into body and mind, hence separating the action from where the thinking comes from. Now, I'm talking about this imaging. I'm talking about, what's this thing all about, right? So we're separating the mind from the body. This is the mind, this is the body. So the idea is to kind of give you an image. See, we think in images. If I tell you your fridge, you know what I'm talking about. If I tell you your kitchen, you know what I'm talking about. If I tell you your car, you know what I'm talking about. So this is the mind, this is the body. So once I give you an image, then we have something to work with. If I just say mind, you're like, oh, where is the mind? I mean, it's not just the brain, the actual part in your head. I'm talking about the mind, the thinking mind, the one that's connected to this infinite, right? So that's why Truman Fleet came up with this stickman figure where it says, this is the mind. These are the common senses, what you see, hear, touch, feel, and taste. And this is the body. The mind tells the body what to do. So you got thinking mind, you get subconscious mind, and you get the body. The subconscious mind controls pretty much everything we do. We're not automatic. We are habitual human beings. We're habitual. We do everything by habit. But once the subconscious mind takes control, it tells the body what to do, and then you do it. 95% of what you do is habitual. The way you eat, the way you drink, the way you walk, the kind of money that you make, it's all habitual, all right? So this is the stickman figure. It's a pretty interesting image. And, it could also be in 2D. This is an actual physical piece, which is cool. So what's the idea of the stickman figure? Is to give you a picture of the mind. This helps individuals think at a much higher level and allowed us to think that we are bigger than what it actually is. See, the mind is connected to the whole universe based on the theory of frequencies and vibrations. Hence, after seeing the video or this picture a few times, it becomes natural to accept the thought of separating the mind from the body and to approach it from a different perspective. You get control of the thoughts in your mind. It helps you learn how the law of attraction works. And it's a repeatable formula to help you achieve any goal or result you are unhappy with. See, this is a very important paragraph because once you start learning that you can start to control your mind, you can start controlling these thoughts, you can start rejecting, you can start creating better instead of running on automatic. See, right now, most of us run on automatic. Most of us don't take the time to pause. Most of us don't take the time to, you know, ponder on things. Yeah, it is like the sixth sense. Sixth sense is one of your higher faculties, right? It helps you really decide what to do, what not to do, how to grow, how not to grow. I want to read this one again. I want you to get control of the thoughts in your mind. Remember, I told you, can you stop the thoughts from coming? No, they're always coming. But I want you to control which ones to reject and which ones to accept. It helps you learn how the law of attraction works, and it's a repeatable formula to help you achieve any goal or result you are unhappy with. So if there's a goal or result you want to move, this is what you need. It helps you learn how this law of attraction works. It's pretty cool. So you see, for the most part, people do not think about these things, and they don't have a need to until they get fed up with the status quo or until a big event in their life occurs and sets the person on a trajectory to understand themselves better, reach different goals in life, and overcome a difficulty in business. So most of the time, you'd never come across this material. You never think of this stuff unless you are being coached and mentored, unless you are asking questions, who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? What's my purpose? Then you start finding out these things, right? Our brains get stimulated by fleshly desires, but you can control the mind. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can control 100%, but you can learn to start controlling the mind, to start commanding the mind. You deal with the mind, let the doctors deal with the body, right? So you retrain your thoughts. That's cool. It's good. Now, I want to use this to solve problems. I want to use this to create wealth. I want to use this to you know, get more kids to be millionaires. I want to use this to work less. I want to use this to do things with ease. I want to use this to get the law of attraction to work. That's the idea. It's like, how can we use this information? If Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill did this back in the 1900s, you can do it too. How, you know, this information has been around since the old ages. It used to be just with the mystics, but now it's available. Now it's readily available. And especially with the, you know, all the apps that we have and the internet and the books, the upcoming of the movie, The Secret, talking about the law of attraction. So it becomes available, right? This could stem from many of us, as well as corporations, treating symptoms instead of the root cause. But the root cause had to be treated permanently. You have to get to the root cause, the emotional mindset. It's the behavior that determines the results. That is mostly why people's results vary. The mindset is everything. The mind is movement. The conscious mind is in the top part of the head. That is where the thinking mind is. Imagine there's great power flowing through us. However, we have been conditioned to live by our sensory factors: see, hear, taste, smell, feel, and touch. And all this will lead to the results that we are getting in life. See, most people are living from their results, which is why they keep getting the same things. So what I just read is a lot. Usually we spend a lot of time on it, so I'm going to explain it here briefly. Oh, hi, Selena. That's pretty cool. Nice to meet you, Selena. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for commenting back and forth as well. And thanks for inviting others and liking the live. So we live from our senses. So imagine this top part, right? So this is our senses. This is what we see, hear, touch, feel, taste. So you see something, it's hot, you stay away from it, right? You get the pain from something, you stay away from it. So you wanna not operate from your senses. You wanna have control of this mind, because the senses are connected to your results. Your current results, your current income, your current lifestyle, the way you live is your results, and your senses are connected to that. You feel it. And if you're always playing with that, if you're always just operating based on your results, you're going to keep getting the same results. So That's the thought, right? If you want to change your results, you have to stop thinking from your results. You have to think something else. The reason 95% of the people are stuck, the reason only 5% make it, is because we are trained to think from our results. You look at your results and you act based on your results, and you keep getting the same feedback. But what I'm teaching you is that you don't need to think from your results. Forget your results. You got to think of what you want. See, this is the mind. Right? This big circle here is the mind. So this is the conscious mind, and this is the subconscious mind. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. So when you got to think of what you want, you got to think of what you want. You think about it. It could be the money, it could be the boyfriend, it could be the house, it could be the positive thoughts, but you got to be specific. You got to say, I want $1 million, or I want a new house, or very, very specific. And you keep thinking about it. You keep thinking about it, and you put it in this subconscious mind. And as you put it in the subconscious mind, once it accepts it and it becomes you feel it, it has to give the body to take the action to meet the person that you're going to meet. That's why you're here today. Somehow you came across this channel. Somehow there's a frequency and vibration that got you to be at this moment in time while I'm speaking right here. This didn't happen by accident. You're thinking something, you're attracted to something else, you attracted this into your life right now. Because some thoughts are telling you you need to do this and this and this and that, and this is at the same frequency and vibration. See, everything is vibration. All our thoughts are vibration. Our phone is on a frequency, and all these thoughts are on a vibration, and they are going to meet the other vibration. So we have something in common. That's why I only attract the right people into my life, right? Because I'm at that frequency and vibration. So I think about what I want. And I think about what I want. And the more I think about it, the more I feel what I want, the more I'm in love with what I want. Then you get to be in love with what you want, which is pretty cool. As you get in love and you feel what you want, your body has to take the action. Your body will take the action, and then you get a reaction. And when you get a reaction, you're like, was this good or bad? Then you think again, what do I really want? And you keep adjusting. Now, if you're acting based on the conditions, you'll always get the same results. And that is why, here's the sad truth. That's why poor people stay poor. And that's why homeless people stay homeless. And that's why sick people are always sick. And that's why those who lose their jobs always lose their jobs. And that's why those who don't get anywhere, they never get anywhere, because they keep thinking the same thoughts. See, I got to teach you how to think differently. I got to teach you how to think first and get you to do it. And then I have to get you to think positive and do it on a habitual way. This way you can start attracting good things into your life.